Jennifer is here.
So in this world, trying to find someone who could be what my picture of love was to me. Then you came along, and it's something you find dreaming. Have you seen and say, all this time? 'Cause I knew someday I would find know that I've loved you for so long in my mind. I'm sitting outside, so I've loved all my time, waiting for you. So sweet, So I was
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yes, we can hear you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone.
Welcome to welcome to today's seminar. It's still the Valentine season technically, so um welcome to this seminar and glad to have everyone here. I was trying to wait until we have more persons join, but we can just start now. So please do things two things for me. First of all, please, I want you to change your name on Zoom so I can easily tell who we are talking to. And secondly, grab your snacks, your popcorn, your drinks, whatever you have to entertain yourself, because we have a very, very, very wonderful ride today. And if you have any questions that you'd like to ask the panel today, feel free to drop it in the comment section or send it to me personally, or fill out the questionnaire I sent earlier on in the invite. So, are we ready? Can I see some reaction? If you're ready, thumbs up, anything? Okay. All right. Thank you. So, before we start, we're going to have an icebreaker. So how this works is I would show you something on the screen and you type in the comment section, bingo. It applies to you. Are we clear? Since somebody needs to mute. Okay. All right. So do you understand? I will show you something. If it applies to you, just type bingo in the chat section just to get us engaged. Okay. So first, type bingo if you've been on a blind date.
Hmm?
Type bingo in the chat section if you've been on a blind date. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. Bingo if you still recall the exact outfits you wore on your first date with your current partner or your last first date. Wow, though. So we don't remember. Okay. I don't remember either. I remember. Bingo. Since no one is having bingo. Okay.
Cynthia type bingo, Judith type bingo. But bingo na name of dog.
Okay, okay, nice. So two of us remember. Okay, nice, nice. All right, next. Bingo if you have ever written a physical love letter or a poem for someone. Let's see all the Shakespeares in the house. Oh, I'm just seeing the first bingo from Dr. Love. Okay. Oh, wow. Shakespeare. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Nice. Okay, so four persons have written, oh, three persons have written love letter. I'll come back, I'll come to you for tutorial very soon. Okay. Bingo if you've married for more than 10 years.
Can't find my mouse.
Bingo. Okay. That was just to get us started and get us um one last bingo. Do we still have any more persons? Okay, so wow, we have three persons in the house who have been married for more than 10 years. Wow, wow, wow. Respect. It's not easy. Okay, bingo. If you're currently in a single and intentional season. Sorry, someone saying something? Bingo. Okay. Last but not the least, bingo. If you ever sent text accidentally to the wrong person, even if it's from the WhatsApp group, something, you just drop the wrong message in the wrong place. We'll tell the story one day. Okay, thank you all for participating in our bingo session today. Just to put us in the mood for today's seminar. I was trying to see also if people can also join, but I guess people will join at their own time. So that was just a warm up. We have a lot of lived experiences in this room today, and we're going to officially meet our panel and hear their stories, how they've navigated life, how they're still navigating life. And like I said, this is not an expert session, it's just people who have lived life sharing their experiences with us. So, um, we're going to delve into the next part, which I call Love Story in 120 Seconds. So, I'm going to introduce each of the speakers and I'll give them 120 seconds to tell us their love story or about themselves. So, we have combined wealth of wisdom in this room. If I add all the years together, it's over 45 years of marriage and powerful experiences also from the single perspective. And so, our first speaker is someone we all know, is a man who bridges the world of high-tech AI research and is the visionary behind the PCDF group and has spent over a decade preparing couples for marriage. So please help me welcome Dr. Cosmos. Welcome, ma.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have one question for you for your 120 seconds.
Okay.
Think back to your first year. What is that one thing you believe about love then that you have since realized was a total myth?
Okay. So my first attempt of getting married was 2000 and 2003. I was a student, undergrad, and for me, love was partnership. And I used to have somebody that I believed that we were partners, we're doing everything together. And I've told myself, okay, if you can do something with somebody together, then you might have as well think about considering the person to be an option. And then I was wrong. And I will tell you why I said I was wrong. I was wrong because it seems as if I was dating myself. And by the time we were back from for those of you that went to Futo, by the time we were back from the 6-month industrial training, she was married and pregnant. And that changed my orientation and gave me a better understanding of what love is all about. Thanks.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much for sharing. Wow. I didn't see that coming. Wow. Okay. Whew. Shock absorber. Oh my God. Okay. It's very wonderful to have you in the house here today, Dr. Cosmos, and we look forward to hearing more insights from your experiences in life. Thank you very much. Okay. Our next panelist is a woman who truly embodies her name. She's a PhD holder, a postdoctoral fellow joining us all the way from South Korea. And more importantly, she's celebrating over 2 decades of marriage. So please welcome Dr. Love Ahakonye. Welcome. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
So
can
I'm
hear you.
throwing the same question to you. So introduce yourself by telling us the same question. Think back to your first year. What is the one thing you believe about love then that you since realized was a total myth in 120 seconds?
Well, thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here. Can I be heard?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Being married for over 20 years, for about 20 years, I got married in the year 2025. And
2005.
2005, rather. I had thought getting married was something that, there has to be a systematic plan and steps, I mean, one thing has to follow the other. But one thing that I had over the time come to understand, being married all these years, is the fact that marriage is something you do with your friend. You do marriage. Wedding, remember, I didn't say wedding. You do marriage with your friend. It's a journey. And so doing the marriage journey is different from the wedding fairy tale. After the wedding, the marriage begins. And that is one thing I've come to understand being married for this period.
Mhm. Wow. Important life lesson. Thank you very much for sharing, Dr. Love. And it's very nice to have you here. Okay, I'll move on to our next panelist. The sister of who has been married for 7 years, is a master of communication, has a passion for counseling, and is a member of the Country Roads Toastmasters. He knows the power of words in building a home. And 7 years now down the way, she's very ready to share her journey with us. Please welcome Mrs. Cynthia Okafor. It's nice to have you here. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
joining us today.
everyone.
Yes,
Sorry,
so
can you hear,
please,
can you
yeah,
hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Throwing the same question to you, please. What's the one thing, the one thing that you believe about love then that you've since realized
Okay.
was a total myth?
Hmm. Okay, so I met my husband in 2018, right? We started as friends and we met in a very funny situation, okay? He sent me a friend request on Facebook, and I was very hesitant in accepting the friend request. But at some point, I viewed his mutual friends and I realized he was friends with Papa. That was actually what motivated me to accept his friend request. So I accepted the friend request and we just got talking and and we just got talking and the rest is history. Now, one thing I thought marriage was all about that that I later realized is not about that was I felt like when you get married, everything will be easy. Actually, it's a myth. Like being with the one. Like you know that statement we make, being with the one makes marriage easy. Oh no, 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 no. From my experience, I've realized that it takes intentionality. It takes everyone doing the work. Like people will say marriage is hard work. Actually, it is. It's not because you have to put all your energy or anything, but it takes intentionality. If you're not intentional, you're not going to succeed, honestly. Because there are days when you wake up and you feel like, "Abeg, how did I end up with this person?" You ask those questions. That's the honest truth. So, but marriage is just a beautiful journey, and we just keep evolving and getting to know ourselves. So that is basically it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That last part was very funny. How did I end up with this person? Like, it's kind of wild with this one. Okay, so very, very, very wonderful to have you here, Mrs. Cynthia. Um, looking forward to very wonderful conversations today. Okay, so and finally, our last panelist, who is representing the season of focus and purpose, Miss Clara Martins. Um, she reminds us that love starts with an intentional relationship with God and with oneself. She's a biomedical technology graduate and currently practicing health professional. And today she joins us to share what it means to be in an intentional season. I want to welcome Miss Clara Martins. Welcome to today's session. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Julie. Good
All
afternoon,
right.
everyone. Good afternoon, Papa.
Okay. It's nice to have you. So to introduce yourself, can you answer this question in 120 seconds? What has been the most empowering part of being intentional in this season of your life?
Hmm, I don't know what to say, but all I can say is in this season, you don't have to wait for love. You don't have to wait for a relationship. Life goes on and you don't have to be stagnant. You invest in personal life, in career, in your relationship with God, and love will definitely come. But forcing or stopping to live with the hope of waiting for a man or waiting for a relationship, it doesn't work.
That's very powerful. Wow. Very, very powerful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you to all our
Thank you.
panelists. We are about to jump into it. In case you didn't get the agenda, this is what we are doing today. And right now we are at the section where we are going to have a short game for everyone. So today we're going to talk about the myths, the reality, and what we think depends on the situation. So you'll be seeing a poll coming up on your screen. When you see it, let me know. Um, okay. So can you see it? Can you all see a poll? If you can see a poll, can I see a reaction or just unmute
Yeah.
and say yes? Okay. So there are some questions that um I will be showing you. Just select which one applies to you. First of all, love is enough to sustain a marriage. Is this a myth, reality, or does it depend? The next one, you should never go to bed angry with your partner. This one usually causes a debate. Is this a myth, reality, or does it depend? Then your partner should be your best friend and your only source of emotional support. Is this a myth, reality, or does it depend? Okay, I'm seeing some responses coming in. Interesting perspectives. Okay. Please let's all try to take the poll. Next one, opposite attracts, but
Sorry,
similarities.
I can't see pool.
Can you? It's pop up on the screen. You didn't see anything that pop up on your screen.
No, I didn't.
Oh, a minute. Can anyone else not see the poll?
I mean, my eyes paining me like this.
Let me try share it again.
I saw and I posted, but I didn't feed my own.
If you can't see, I think there is a post sign at the top, the top left.
Okay,
See a
but
post sign. Once you post it, I think you'll be able to
all right, yeah, I
see.
only see host view, so I'm not sure what's but it should still be somewhere around on your call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you can.
All right. So opposite attracts, but similarities stay together. Then if it's the right person, it shouldn't feel like hard work in the beginning. Okay, so I'll be sharing. I'll just give us 3 more minutes to try and wrap up, and then let me see if I can even get a QR code to this. So I'm sharing a QR code right now. Can you see the QR code? If you cannot see the poll, you can scan the QR code and take the poll. Okay. We have more participation now. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to end the poll in 1 minute. Okay, and we are done. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing the results of this poll. Let's see what the let me see if you can see my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? Can you see
Yes, we can see your screen.
the poll results?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we have some interesting responses. The first one is love is enough to sustain a marriage. 71 persons agree this is a myth, and 29% says it depends. So, Dr. Cosmos, I want to ask you, you've been married for a very long time now, and I'm wondering how has your definition of love when it comes to something like this, how has it changed from year one up to those moments? Do you agree that love is enough to sustain a marriage, or depends?
So I respect the views of people that say it's a myth, but I am among the 29% that say it depends. Why did I say it depends? The first question is the unbridled multi-definition of the word love is also a problem, because if we all have uniform definition of what love is, then we may all agree that love is enough to sustain a marriage. However, the problem is that for every person you give a piece of paper to define love, you have more million diverse definition. And as such, it is difficult to say that love is enough to sustain a marriage. If you now want to go by the simple definition of love, sacrifice, selflessness, right? taking the other person more important than yourself, putting the other person's interest above your own interest. You will agree with me that you are still going to end up in meet or end up in depends. If I love you and I go by all definition of love and you don't love me back, the marriage will not still work. So that's why you cannot say it's enough. It means there have to be other things in addition to that love. And so many other things have been coming up in the course of this meeting. People have talked about intentionality. People have talked about hard work. People have talked about resilience and persistence. Just this meeting is not up to 20 minutes and a lot of words have already come out. Resilience. Somebody say, oh, I woke up one morning and say, oh, how do I end up with this person? That tells you that you need more than LOVE to continuously be in a marriage. Just like you need more than LOVE to maintain genuine friendship with anybody at all, even beyond marriage. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. All right. So I'm going to throw this second one to Dr. Love. It says you should never go to bed angry with your partner. I mean, anger is something that's sometimes it just takes over your entire being if it's a genuine anger. So what do you have to say about this? Right now from this poll, 14% person say it's a myth, 57% say it's a reality, while 29% says it depends. What's your take on this?
Thank you very much. I will answer this question from two perspectives. First, I want to believe that every one of us here is a Christian. Even if you're not, my apologies. The Bible says, sin, do not let your anger go down before the sun.
We are all Christians. But you get some.
Yeah. Now,
Sorry, sis.
bringing this back home, forgiveness of wrongdoing, not just for the partner, but by anyone before the sun goes down. If I have to use the words we are using, before bedtime, is not just for the offender. Most importantly, it is for the offended. Why? So you can have and keep your peace of mind. The offender may not feel anything, but I tell you, when you go to bed feeling aggrieved, angry, that is giving a foothold to the devil. Bitterness sets in. I tell you, you won't be able to think clearly. Then coming to the marriage relationship, being an institution, it is important to let go of whatever offense. As a matter of fact, by the time you're making up your mind to marry that him, one of the things to consider is to tell yourself, irrespective of what he does, I should be ready to forgive and move on. Permit me, I know it's difficult it's easier said than done, but I have been there. What I'm telling you is a practice. And when that is done, you live freely. You live happily. Not because you are not being offended, but because you are looking at a greater and bigger picture. Because there is a blessing that comes with being married. And when that anger is allowed in, devil comes in. Devil coming in is coming to destroy what God has intended for both of you to build together. I am not just answering this question, but I am trying to advise us. For the married, please, if you haven't been doing that, do that. It's not easy. But I tell you, if you make it a practice, like our sister Elia said, be intentional about forgiving him. And for the singles, tell yourself, that's part of your check boxes. Can I forgive him? Will I be able to forgive him if I marry him, irrespective of what he does? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That gives us a lot to think about. Sometimes you feel the need to just be petty and just hold your anger. People say that women have the right to be petty. That's a discussion for another day. But sometimes people like, okay, I want to be angry. Nobody will tell me anything, But there's a lot of wisdom in what you have just shared with us, and thank you for that. So I want to throw the last question to Mrs. Cynthia. It says, if it's the right person, it shouldn't feel like hard work in the beginning. Right now, 57% of persons here believe it's a myth. 14% believe it's a reality. 29% believes it depends. If it's the right person, it shouldn't feel like hard work in the beginning. Is this true?
Okay. I'm going to answer this question from two angles. I'm going to say it depends, and I'm also going to say it's a myth. Now, when you venture into that journey called marriage, just like Dr. Love said before now, the journey begins after the wedding. When you start living in the same house, Mama, stop that. When you start living in the same house with another person, that is when you would realize that there is a difference between a relationship and living in the same space with a different person. Now, two of you grew up in a different background, right? You guys have different beliefs and everything. You've come together. So it will take you time for you to study yourself, like study yourself in-depthly. Even I want to even say that even if possibly even to your old age, you will keep learning new things about yourself. So at that very beginning, it's not going to be easy. That's the honest truth. It's not going to be easy because there are things I would want to maybe the first few months, the honeymoon phase would be lovey and all of those things. Then you now have your first argument about something very insignificant, very, very insignificant. Yes, those little petty, I must stop that. Petty quarrels here and there that you can't even explain. Gabriela, stop, please. So at that time, you now start wondering, did I even study this person very well and all of those things? So if you like, marry a saint. When you start living in the same roof under the same roof with that person, you're definitely going to see things that will actually make you angry. So on that note, it's not really going to be easy at the beginning, but it does get better because as time proceeds, you get to understand each other. You get to know each other's flaws and how to compliment yourself because it's about compliments. You compliment yourself. So as time goes on, you are definitely going to get it right. But to be honest, at that very beginning, when you're beginning to know, okay, this person has this flaw, this person has this flaw, you'll be pissed. This person is going to be on your face 247. You're going to be noticing things. On the outside, people are going to be seeing this person as a saint, and this person is so calm, but you are the one living under the same roof with this person. So the person is definitely going to make you angry over and over and over and over again. And like Dr. Love said, please, as a single, begin to deposit forgiveness in the bank, because you will need it. You need loads and loads of it for the marriage to work. So thank you. That's all I have to say.
Deep things happening today. Okay. Wow. Hmm. Thank you very much for sharing, Mrs. Cynthia. I wanted also transition naturally to our deep dive discussion, which is the next section. And I'm going to be throwing some questions to the panelists. If you have some questions, just general questions, not specific ones. You can let me have them in my DM, and I'll also ask. So based on what we just saw, it's clear that love isn't a one size fit all, right? So people have different perspectives. Some persons believe that some things are myths, some persons believe that's a reality, and some persons believe it depends on the situation. And so today we want to talk about commitment and growth. We've seen social media's version of love, but we want the lived experience version, the current transition experience, those who have been single, those who are single, and those who are married. So to the whole panel, and we're going to go around, but I want to ask, first of all, in a world that tells us that you swipe left, the moment things get difficult, how do you decide when a relationship is worth the work and when it's time to let go? How do you decide it's time to, it's time to move on, or let's work hard for someone who is intentionally seeking a life partner? Maybe I'll start with Dr. Cosmos.
Thank you very much. I'm very interested in this kind of question. At what point do you know it's time to let go? At that point, when it is obvious that you made a mistake, and there's nothing wrong in agreeing and accepting that you have made a mistake. Yes, we agree that you should forgive. Yes, we agree that you should be intentional about building. Yes, we agree that you should not allow anger to be with you when you go to bed. We agree that forgive 70 times, 70 times. We agree that you are going to be discovering new things. But the truth of the matter is that you may not be alive to forgive tomorrow if you die today. One, I will speak as a catechist now. For us who are Catholics, we said you should let go if violence becomes a part of your marriage, where you are receiving the beating every day of your life. So when you forgive the beating today, you go to bed, you sleep tomorrow morning, you receive a fresh beating. At that point where you are being beaten, now, when I say beating, some people are going to the man beating the wife. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about man beating wife or wife beating man. Yes, you may never have heard that a woman beat their husband before. If you find yourself in an abusive marriage, it is time to let go. Now, letting go does not necessarily mean divorce. Letting go means it is time to stop handling the marriage yourself. Number one point. Number two, when trust that is very important from your partner is radically diminished, it is time to let go. Remember again, when I say let go is not the same as divorce. Let go means because in marriage, you don't want to be quick to expose your partner. You don't want to be quick to talk to people about your partner. So you want to handle things yourself. You want to see the extent to which you can handle. And then when you get to an extent you cannot handle, you need to involve. They say, don't involve a third party in your home. That is another myth we are going to discuss in another day. So you have to do that. You have to let go when you find out that you have married somebody you should not marry. I'll give you an example. As a catechist, two persons were planning to marry and they were actually blood related, unknowingly to them. So peacefully, we helped them to no longer be husband and wife because they were related and they didn't know. You know, this Lagos type of meeting people on the road in Lagos. And then, so if you find out that you are married to somebody that should not be your wife, that is the time to also let go. It is also time to let go if you find yourself in a marriage where you are the only giver of all things. My sister, you're not a Jesus. You are the giver of all things. In marriage, you are supposed to give, you are supposed to receive. But we don't give and receive equally. We're not interested in the 50-50 thing or 70-30 thing, but somebody is giving, somebody is receiving. It's very important in marriage. It doesn't matter the ratio. I don't care about the ratio. You can be giving 5% and the other person is giving 95%. It's okay. So in my definition, it's time to let go, especially when your life is involved. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Very deep, cause for deep reflection actually, because yeah, this is something that many persons struggle with, especially in the intentional season. I don't know if Amaka that is actually raising her hand, but if you have a question, can you put it in the comment section, or I'll give you a session later on so that we can ask questions. Um, okay, so I want to direct next question at Dr. Love. Um, so Dr. Love, you've hit the 20-year mark right now in your marriage. How do you keep the spark from becoming just a habit after 2 decades? How do you maintain that momentum?
Thank you very much. Sister Cynthia said something about being intentional. One of the things I considered while getting married was sustainability. And by that, I mean, I looked into the future. I looked beyond the guy standing before me, talking about marriage. And I asked myself, when it's all wrinkled, would he still appeal to me? When he goes, will I still be able to look at him in the face? When I don't feel like it, how annoying and irritating will he be to me? Can I look at him in the face and just give a nudge to his head and say, get out of that place? And that brought me to something. To what degree of friendship do we have? And I made up my mind. Whoever I was going to marry has to be my friend that I can play with, laugh with, cry with, share my pains, my struggles, my sorrow. And having been on this journey this far, it has proven that being married to your friend is sustainable. Being married to the one you truly made up your mind to be. Because as single ladies, as a lady, it's important to ask yourself, why do I want to get married? Why do I want to marry him? Is it because my friends are getting married? Is it because I want to be a missus? It's important to ask those fundamental questions because you wake up one day, there's no spark anymore, and you want out. And they're asking you, why? But he's not ill-treating you. You can't find a reason. Down the line, it keeps getting better because of that singular reason of getting married to your friend. You both have new discoveries. You both share the same vision and purpose. You believe in the journey you are together. Challenges come and go. There are ups and downs. There are days you don't even want to look at each other because you're so irritated. But the friendship, the understanding, the relationship beyond Mr. and Mrs. always has a way of reigniting the spark. that keeps you going. And there has to be a belief. What do both of you believe in? If, as a lady, you cannot identify some of these things I've mentioned, please think again. Do I truly want to be happy? For some ladies, marriage may not give you what you want. In fact, it would rather be better to be alone. So, having been married for over 2 decades now, the spark keeps getting ignited by our friendship, our commitment, our intentionality, and the depth of what we believe marriage to be. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing that unfiltered truth. I mean, honestly, thinking about it, I think it's valid that you think about how someone look like if they're wrinkled, and if you still want to be with them. I think it's a truth that many persons probably don't think about at that stage, and it's something to actually know and have in mind. So um okay, so I'm going to throw the next question to Mrs. Cynthia, and this is about expectations. So being 7 years into marriage, you're way past the honeymoon phase. So, but you're still in the thick of building things. So, how do you balance individual growth with growing as a couple? How do you balance these two? How do you ensure that you are not losing yourself, growing as a couple,
Okay.
but individually you're not developing? How do you balance that?
Okay. Thank you so much for that question. First of all, I would like to start by saying that before thinking about marriage, you should actually discover yourself as a person, because life happens sometimes. Yes, you face challenges that life never prepares you for. So discovering yourself and having it at the back of your mind of who you really want to be before somebody even comes along the way is the first step. Now, when you kickstart marriage, you guys may be growing at the same level sometimes, or at some time, another person would first of all go, then later the other person picks up. So it's a matter of you realizing that your husband's win or your wife's win is also your win. In marriage, is about the two becoming one. It's about realizing that it's not a competition. You guys are not in competition with yourselves. So it's about structuring your family, how it's going to be. Okay, this person takes up this degree, and after this person is done, maybe the next person starts, depending on the finances you guys have at hand.
Oh, I think she got knocked out. Oh my. Okay. So I think she got knocked out of the call. While we are waiting, I am seeing that Dr. Cosmos is dropping some really wonderful wisdom in the chats. So please let's take a look. And yeah, I saw the list on um basically how can you be with your spouse for so long, 30 years and over. So and all these questions, all these things that I think very important factors to consider when it comes to things like that, beyond the Mr. and Mrs. energy. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing, Dr. Cosmos. I think I'll give Sister Cynthia some time to join while I'm going to throw the last question to Clara. So Clara is currently in a season that we all have been in, and some of us here are also still in that season. And I want to ask, what is that one thing that you think every person should ask themselves before they decide to commit to a partner? Basically, what's that thing you're asking yourself before you decide to commit to someone? So can you share with us, please? Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you. The question is, please, can you remember the question?
What is that thing that you think everyone should ask themselves before they decide to commit to a partner? Is it does he have plenty money? Is he fine? You know what I mean?
Okay. I'll answer this question with my personal experience. Is that
Okay.
allowed?
Yes, of course.
So, I believe at this stage and at this age, I am I'm not interested in any boyfriend, girlfriend that doesn't have any direction or bearing, dating without a purpose, a reason. Like, I don't know where you're going to, you don't know where I'm going to. So before we commit to any partner at this season, be it a man or a woman, we should actually know where the both of us are heading to. Does his plans align with mine? Does mine align with his? And what efforts he's in making for me to achieve mine? And what efforts am I also making for him to achieve his? So, directing this to my personal experience, I broke up with a relationship of 3 years now. And that's because I've checked and it's looking like in future I'll be the only one giving in the relationship or in the marriage. Just like Mrs. Love said that marriage shouldn't be a one-sided thing. One person shouldn't be the one giving. And looking at the relationship, yes, the love is there, but looking in future, I see myself bearing the financial cost of the relationship or marriage, and I don't think I want to do that. I spoke to him about it, and he's going to do it. He I will do better. He will do better. I've been hearing that for years, and nothing changed. So I believe at this stage, we should be intentional. Yes, people will say, oh, you're getting old. What are you doing? Your friends are getting married. We shouldn't rush into relationship or commitments when we don't know where we are headed to, when we don't know where our partner is heading to. So I believe keeping sentiment aside, keeping emotions aside, direction, purpose, plan, it should align. Even if it doesn't align, we should help each other to achieve whatever we have planned to achieve. So yes, that's all I can say.
Wow, thank you very much. I can totally relate with your experience, and yeah, I mean, can two agree if they don't, can two work together if they don't agree, basically. And that's that's a question that we all, I'm pretty sure we all asked ourselves at one point while we were single, and now that we're married, hopefully we made the right decision. But we flourish better when we are with that partner who helps us to, flourish, helps us to grow, not just stagnates us. So thank you very much for sharing, Sister Clara. Sister Cynthia, I don't know if you're back on the call. It seems like you were cut off.
Yes, I am. My
Okay.
battery actually died, so I was
Ouch.
using my system, but I can't find my charger, so the battery just tripped off. I'm using my phone currently.
Okay. Are you stable now? Are you fine to continue?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm okay.
Okay. So we're
So
talking about,
I was
balancing.
Remind me again, sorry.
We're talking about balancing individual growth with growing as a couple. And I wasn't you were talking about how if you were going to get a degree, for example, you decide when one person gets it and the other person should wait, something like that. So you were talking about something like that as an example.
Yes, so I said that every family is unique, right? It depends on some factors. One of them should be possibly financial availability. You get when the finances are there, you guys can choose to pursue your individual careers the way you want to. But whereby it's not available, that is where sacrifice comes in. One person may have to possibly pause, let the other person get to some height, and then at the end of the day, the other person will still continue. So I made mention about the fact that it's not a competition. You, as individuals, before you even think of meeting with anybody or before you think of settling with anybody, you should actually have self-love for yourself. Love yourself and then like have that inner conviction of who you are, have confidence in yourself. Because if you don't, when things that you don't expect happen, when life happens, when challenges come your way, it will break you or it will break such person. So it's nice for us to realize that every family is unique. What works for one may not work for you, depending on what you guys are pursuing. But whether there will be growth, definitely there will be growth. As in, everybody should have at the back of their mind that they ought to be growing. However, it may not come speedily the way you would have wanted it to come due to certain factors. So that is basically it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think it was important that we talked about that also because personal growth for people like us that honestly we are very ambitious. We have those dreams up there, and we don't want to get into a place where you suddenly forget about your dreams in the long run and then just become a wife in every sense of the word. So I think that was a very important thing for to touch base on. Okay, so far we are having a very nice conversation. We'll just take a little break. um let's get the audience involved. So let's talk about um what you prefer in a partner, a spouse, what you can contain. Today we'll talk about forgiveness. So let's talk about those things that I'm currently launching the next game. It says would you rather. Would you rather? So please let's all participate in this poll. Would you rather have a partner who is a great cook but messy, or super clean but can't even boil an egg? Would you rather have roses delivered to your office Valentine season, or would you rather have a deep conversation for 2 hours with no phones allowed, especially in this time when we are almost always on our phones? Can you all see the poll?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather win an argument but leave your partner upset, or lose the argument just to keep the peace? Okay, I can see some responses coming in. Would you rather have a partner who is always 15 minutes early or always 15 minutes late but brings you a surprise gift every time? Hmm. I'm really, really interested to see the responses to that one. Okay. I think we have about 4 persons who have not participated. I'm going to end the poll in 2 minutes. Yeah, trying to also keep with time, and right now we are right on track. Nice. Okay. One more response. Interesting. Hmm. Okay, so let's end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's talk about our responses. I know you can't see my screen, and for some reason, Zoom doesn't let me share the exact result of the poll. But so we have 4 questions. I want to start with the last one, which makes me the most curious. Would you rather have a partner who is always 15 minutes early or always 15 minutes late, but brings you a surprise gift every time? Now, we have 70% who want always 15 minutes early, and we have 30% who want always 15 minutes late. So to our panel, is there anyone who was for the second part? Anyone who voted for the second part or who agrees with the second part? Always 15 minutes late, but brings you a surprise gift every time. If there isn't, I want anyone to just talk about your perspective on this question. Anyone?
Can I go ahead?
Okay.
Why will you be 15 minutes late and always bring me a surprise gift? Now, let me explain to you practically now. I'm talking to you, I'll be talking to you today as a married man and also as a catechist who have settled so many marriage disputes. He beat me, and after beating me, he went to the nearest automobile store and buys me 2026 Honda Civic to say, I am sorry. Does that stop it from being an abusive husband? The answer is no. He beat me, he destroyed my phone, and he went to the nearest Verizon or T-Mobile office and bought me Google Pixel 50 Pro Max to say he's sorry. Let me tell you something. The effort you are putting in buying me a surprise gift every time is enough to change your bad habits or say late comer. Some of you who are my students in photo, you know that you lose 5 marks when you come late to my class. And so I carry that mentality to my marriage. I don't want a wife that is always late. And I don't want you to be consistently late and tell me you are sorry for late by buying me a gift all the time. Remember, take note of the word every time. Every time means a bad behavior that have a pattern.
Mm.
It's different from you were late occasionally and you are sorry for being late. But you are sorry and you are late every time means you have developed a bad pattern every time. And bad pattern developed every time in marriage is not helpful. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Thank you very much. Very important lesson. Okay. The next question, which is interesting. I want Dr. Love to answer this one. Would you rather have 100 roses delivered to your office? Only 10% agrees with that. The rest 90% says they want a deep 2-hour conversation with no phones allowed. So I want your perspective on this in this current, time where we have everyone on social media and people date on phones, basically. So what do you think about this?
Yeah. Roses are beautiful. But you see, it cannot be compared to deep heart-to-heart discussion without interference. This long discussion will enable the sustainability I talked about. You get to share your deep feelings. In that long discussion, you get to discover yourselves and bond more, where there are no distractions. How do you get to know in this fast-paced world, things happen every day. Experiences at work, on the road, with friends, family, relatives. When do you get to talk about it? When do you get to talk about your challenges, your fears? There's one thing I want us ladies to understand. You see, the men we look at, he's a man. He can handle it. Is he not a man? He's a man. He also has feelings. He also has worries. He also has fears and struggles that he may not be able to tell you. That man can only tell you when he finds you worthy. Worthy in the sense that he finds you as not just a wife, a partner who is ready to comfort him, massage his ego very well, and give him that place he deserves. And you may want to ask me, what place? Every man wants to be a king, reigning in a kingdom. And as his wife, that is his kingdom. Who is to worship him first? His wife. And so if you give him that place as a king and show him that you worship him as her Lord, he will tell you everything and anything. He will be ready to share his worries, his fears. And when you get to that point, that's when you get to hear people say, it's like she's using juju on that man. That man is a woman rapper. My sister, I tell you, that is born in a place of deep conversation. Ensure in your relationship, it is not just texting, calling. You need to sit down together to talk. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that very, very wonderful comment. While you were talking, something came to my mind, and I was wondering, yes, we want to have a 2-hour phone conversation, but there are times when you're just not in the mood to talk, right? You are, say, for example, you're in a distance relationship, and all you do is talk on the phone, right? And um, your partner wants to talk, but you're just not in the mood. You want some silence. How do you navigate that? How do you maintain the momentum despite feeling that way? Dr. Love, I was pulling back on your response.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Can you take that again?
Yeah, so I was saying that what if you are in a distance relationship and you are always on the phone anyway? Then um this 2-hour phone conversation is not for you at that moment. You're just not in the mood to talk. So what do you
Yeah.
have to say about that? How would you navigate that sort of situation?
It's pretty difficult maintaining such relationship. But you see, at those times when you don't feel like talking, if it's not properly handled, it could be mistaken. Now, the best thing to do is get to let each other understand that, oh, there are times that are not so good, and make a deliberate effort to have a time, even if it's 1 hour, like for some relationships that are cross international borders, this may not apply. But if it's regional and it can be navigated, plan to have time together, have time together to talk face to face, talk, together. But when it is across international borders, video calls like this may also be useful. It may help. When you are looking at each other, you can tell. When you are talking and you are seeing the person, you can tell when something is amiss. He can tell when something is amiss. And this time the call is not just listening to him talk. You are looking at him, and probably he's moving around, doing a few things. You can tell, oh, why is your face this way? Or why is this? It gives him a sense of belonging that, oh, she actually notices, or he actually notices. I think for distant relationship, that might help.
Okay, thank you very much for weighing in there. Dr. Cosmos, did you also want to weigh in on that? I
Yes,
see you have.
I
Okay.
wanted to say that it is not going to be every time that you are not ready for the deep conversation.
Mm.
It is going to be sometimes,
Yeah.
which means the first thing you need is to build a pattern of being a good partner in conversation. When you have established a good pattern, me and you, we are into anomaly detection research, right? So the days you did not want that 2 hours long conversation is now an anomaly, an outlier.
Yeah.
And naturally, if I'm always with you, we are always vibing every time. And one day I called you and you are not vibing. If I am sincere with myself, I will know that today is not the normal day. But if it is normal to you, to always snub people, then anytime I call you and you snub me, I will say, hey, she don't come again, as usual. But if for 10 times I spoke with you, 7 of those 10 times, the conversation was robust, beautiful. The 3 times it did not come the way I expected it. That is an anomaly. And everybody knows when an anomaly is seen and experienced.
Mm.
Remember, I was 6 years. For 6 years, I was in South Korea and my wife was in Nigeria. So I know what I'm talking about. And we use most of the time we use chats. And then occasionally we use calls and video calls. And then we also have a rule, we have an unwritten code in my marriage where if I call you twice and you did not pick, you don't call the third time, you drop a message. And it has worked for us for the past 18 years. Once I dial you first one, second time you did not pick, I drop the message. That message will tell me why you were calling, and then I can quickly call back at another time. Or I can reply with a short reply telling you, okay, sorry, we can't talk now, but I can talk by 2 p.m. later. Then I'll move on. Then by that 2 p.m., you can now talk. So what I'm trying to say is that build a pattern of good conversation so that the days of bad conversation will be treated as a mistake.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, while you all were talking, I was just looking at the chat section, and it's it's a different energy going on in there, different conversation going on in there, and it's really interesting what people have to say about some of these questions. And I like how someone said it's an insult. Esther says it's an insult for the man to be buying gifts when he's coming late. And then someone says what if buying the gift is what made him late. So it's actually really funny. It's a reality, but yeah, it's just funny to think about, all the variables that could be behind those what's it called, those things. Okay, so I want to direct the next question to Mrs. Cynthia. Um, so I know earlier on you were talking about forgiveness, and I want to get a perspective on number 3 that says, would you rather win an argument but leave a partner upset, or would you rather lose the argument but just to keep the peace? And here from the poll, most persons, 80% of persons would rather lose the arguments just to keep the peace. We don't want to win arguments. So I want to know what you think about this
Yeah.
question.
Okay, thank you so much. I would rather lose the argument and maintain the peace because as time goes by, over time you realize that a couple of things that you try to prove you're knowledgeable about or you're right, you just realize that they didn't really make sense, right? For instance, first day in our marriage, me and my husband had a fight about slippers, so ordinary slippers. It was so funny. You know, I was insisting, I'm supposed to wear this new one. This new one is my own. I want to wear it. And he was like, what is wrong with you? I came into the bedroom first. Why don't you just wear this one? I was like, no, this one is mine. This one is. You won't believe that was what caused, that was what caused us to have the first issue we had in our marriage. So if you look at it from the very from all perspective, why would you want to win an argument and lose the person or lose your peace? No, 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 no. If you have my approach is make your points known and just shut up. Okay, sorry to use the word shut up, and just keep quiet. Do you get? Say your truth and just keep calm. Don't just go arguing, trying to prove that you're right. No, 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 no. As a matter of fact, for a marriage to really succeed, one person will have to act like the foolish one. Not like you're foolish, but most of the time you have to act like you don't know what you're doing, just let the other person to be having the upper hand. You get, because if a marriage where two people are claiming I'm right, this one is claiming I'm right, they will definitely be having the bad goals of their life. They will be having plenty issues. That's the honest truth. So if you really want your marriage to blossom, sometimes, not all the time, most times, please lose the argument and maintain the peace. So that is my own answer to this question. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. Our last question is to our intentional sister. This is one that I'm pretty sure we all think about as ladies before we get married to somebody. So, would you rather have a partner who is a great cook but messy, or super clean but can't even boil an egg? Which of these would you prefer, Sister Clara?
The second one, obviously.
Okay.
He should not worry about the cooking. I will do the cooking for him and for everybody. Let him just be clean. Is sometimes once you enter the room and everywhere is scattered, messed up, your mood automatically change. I don't know about other people, but me personally, my mood changes. I remember one incident that happened then when I was in school. I was in the hostel then before I moved off camp. So then in the hostel, I found out that my roommates were fond of sitting on my bed.
Hmm.
And that was because my bed was always well dressed. Very always. Even if I'm going outside to pick something, I'll always dress my bed. So once they come back from lectures before me, the first place they go to is my bed. And after laying on my bed, they won't dress it back. They'll just leave it like that. So once I'm back from lectures and I go to my bed and it's messed up, my mood automatically changes. So why leave my bed scattered when you met it well arranged? So to that, I prefer my partner being very clean, organized. Egg, I can always boil egg. I can even boil thousands of egg and reserve for him. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for taking part in that deep dive session. So right now we're entering one of the most crucial part of today's session, and this is when we bring your questions to the panel. So like I said, we have a link up there for anonymous questions. If you don't mind being known, you can type it in the comment section, and we'll just have it addressed right now. And so this is basically some real life situations. So I'm just going to read them out, and whoever wants to answer can just go ahead and signal. So I have the first one here from someone who is single and intentional. It says, how do I know if I'm being too picky or if I'm just holding out for the right standards? Anyone wants to jump on that? How do I know if I'm being too picky or if I'm just holding out for the right standards?
I think it will help to give example instances of situations because at the moment is generalized, so we can't tell when it's a picky situation or
Yeah, that was just the question.
I, I also
Um,
I also think that the idea of picky, just like Madam Love said, the idea of picky is relative. However, if the person is feeling that too many men are coming and she has consistently said no to various men that have various stories and various situations, maybe that is why she is now having that feeling in her belly that, am I not the one delaying myself? Am I not the one being too picky? Am I not the one that is postponing my wedding? Am I not busy looking for a perfect man? My sister, continue your pickiness. So I know what I'm saying. So sometimes we want to be pressured. The society want to make you look like you are getting old. So the brain is not telling you are picky. Each time it does not feel right, please continuously say no to a man that comes your way. Don't let anybody tell you are being picky or not being picky. Each time it does not feel right to you as a woman, when a man comes to you, if it does not feel right, I don't care whether your reason is absurd. I don't care whether your reason is abnormal. As long as it is your own reason and it is comfortable reason that you have, say no. And I will tell you why. When it is time to get married, somebody that aligns with you will naturally come your way. The
true.
problem is, will you be willing to marry at that time, or will you now say, I am too old or I am too young to get married? Why do I say this? I say this because they will tell you, hey, well, all the men that come your way, you say they have to be working before they can marry you. Why not pick the one that is just coming out from youth service and both of you can grow together? Manti, if you are not born to grow wealth with a man, wait for the already made man. Already made man is coming your way too. Another person will say, oh, why do you have to marry somebody who is already in America? So why can't you just pick the one that is coming from Nigeria? Then both of you can do paper together. And then when you do the paper, he can get the visa. What if Trump don't agree make him come to America? So what I'm saying is that your reason for saying no may look stupid to other people, but it is
Mm,
your reason, and your reasons are valid.
mm,
true.
But take responsibility for your own actions. That's my own point. Don't come tomorrow and start crying that you regret your action. It is your action, so hold it to your chest and live with it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
okay. All right. Thank you very much for those wonderful responses. The next one is from somebody who is married for about 10 years. 0 to 10 years was the interval. It says, what do you do when you feel like you and your partner are growing in different directions?
Mm.
So anyone can jump on that question. What do you do when you feel like you and your partner are growing in different directions?
Okay. When such feeling arises, the first thing to do is get to talk. Try to understand why the difference. If you understand by way of discussion why he is moving in that direction and that his decision, his reasons does not align with your reason, it means you don't have a common vision. And at that point, you may start reassessing and readdressing the situation. Is it salvageable? If you continue in that direction, where would it get the both of you? And if it's something you think, oh, moving in different directions will help the marriage, fine, you can go ahead. But it's important to understand the outcome of that decision, that divergent approach. If it's going to be catastrophic, then a decision has to be made. There has to be an understanding between both parties on the outcome of that journey. Because when it's understood and it eventually happens, there won't be blame. I think it's important to talk about it.
Okay, Cosmas, go ahead.
Yeah. So I also want to add I want to change the question to what do we men do when we see that our wives are growing in a different direction from us as men? The answer may be different from what the woman will do. So what you do, or what I have done, first of all, is to get to know the direction my wife is moving. And then is there a junction in her own direction where I can go and wait? You know, when you say, wait for me for T junction.
Mm.
So if I cannot stop my wife from moving in her own direction, can I go and wait for her at the T junction? I'll give you an example. When I married my wife, we come back home and then we have beautiful cake to eat. We have beautiful meat pie. We have beautiful chin chin and the rest of them. And I was going to work and coming back, and she didn't have a job then, technically. And I said to her, Auntie, the next cake you are going to make in this house, I'm not going to eat. I'm going to sell it. The next chin you're going to make, I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to sell it. So we have to start thinking, this cake you are always doing and this chin you are always doing, how can we sell it? Now, the truth of the matter is that when I was planning to get married, I was not planning that my wife was going to be a business person. It was not in my vision. My vision of marriage was, I'm going to be a professor. And I see my wife moving in that same academic line, getting a master's, a PhD, becoming a professor. However, when I quickly married, and 1, 2, 3 years, I saw the difficulty around the reality of my dream, I pivoted my idea. And quickly, we got the business, in our second year of marriage, we got the business registered, the Janico. Janico stands for Jane Ifeanyi Cosmos. So we formed from the Jane Ifeanyi Cosmos, we formed the name Janico Enterprise. We got the business registered. We started doing cake. We started doing different kind of pastries and cake and cake stuff. Then she now got energized. You see, she got energized. She went for additional training. So the original product were the things she learned before the marriage. But when it became a business, she went to a formal training school to becoming a professional. Then the business, boom, marriages, we were invited to marriages to bake cake. Then we went to another level. She began to organize training and teaching people how to bake. So you see, I got my wife to become a teacher like myself, but she's not teaching in the classroom. She's teaching people how to bake cake. So we are both teachers. And that gave me joy because that is the vision I have. I want my wife to be a teacher like me. And she ended up being a teacher. She was teaching people how to bake cake, teaching people how to bake this, teaching people how to bake that. And eventually, that sparked the interest. We got a master's degree. And from the master's degree, we got a job in Futo, and she became a lecturer eventually. And so you see, you can wait for your partner at a T junction, and then both of you can still navigate the journey together. Thank you.
Thank you very much for, wow. I have some really, really interesting questions. This one is okay. I need to breathe in to read this one. So single and intentional. It says it's a long story, so please bear with me. It says, Dear panel, I'm very focused on my career and personal growth right now. I want a partner who supports that. But I've noticed that as I get more successful, it seems harder to find someone who isn't intimidated or who doesn't expect me to shrink myself to fit their life. How do I stay intentional about my single status without becoming closed off to the idea of a partner who actually fits my pace? No. Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah. So this question means a lot, and people can understand this question from different perspectives. And if you want me to be sincere with you, I don't want to be rude to the question here, but as a man, what sparked in my brain was somebody who is rude. Because what do you mean by your space and by your pace? For example, what do you mean by your pace? So this is the mentality we have. We believe that because we are, as a woman, because you are working and you are earning 5 million naira a month, anybody earning below that is not moving at your pace. That is wrong. That is not a proper definition of your pace. You believe that because you are a PhD student as a woman and another man does not even have a master's degree and is not even planning to buy a form to go and do masters, it's not moving at your pace. That is also not true. Because what if he's not interested in anything after first degree? Does that make him not moving with your pace? The answer is no. So what is pace? It is important to define pace. Do not confuse pace with activities. Do not confuse pace with personal ambition. Your personal ambition is yours. The personal ambition of the man is his, and everybody's ambition is valid. So that is the first thing I always want women to understand. Because you want to have a PhD as a woman does not mean that the man that does not have a PhD is not moving at your pace. Because when you are single, you have up to 20 million naira in your account does not mean that the man who comes to you to marry you must have the same 20 million in his account. He can have 1 million in his account. But remember what Madam Love said at the beginning. Madam Love said, she looked at the man and asked herself, can this man be my husband in 30 years' time? In 25 years to come, can this man be my husband? I'll give you an example. When I was to get married, the first person I went to told me, Wakama, I don't think me and you can marry you. I said, why? He said, every time you are talking, every time me and you are talking, you are always discussing about PhD, professor. These people are poor people. I can't marry such person. And I asked her, I said, what's your definition of a person that will be rich in life? She said, you have to be a business person. You have to be an entrepreneur. You have to be a risk taker. You have to be somebody who can turn money to more money. And I told her, okay, thank you for your sincerity. From today, I will no longer discuss marriage with you. I am no longer interested. May we return back to our normal friendship and normal fellowship, sister and brother. She said yes. And that was a peace. I didn't even, in fact, that was my most rude moment of my life. As in, I never begged this lady. As in, you know, sometimes when a woman tells you no, you can go home and plan again and come and try your luck next time, right? But this is the only lady out of the 3 persons I pursued in this life that I did not beg her twice. I just agree with her, pumping. Because I felt it was rude for her to be telling me that if I don't do business, I cannot make it in life. And do you know why it was rude to me? I came from a family where everybody does business. And they told me I should drop my vision of going to school because I will be poor. And so when this lady told me the same thing, she was reinforcing the pain I'm carrying from my home. She was talking innocently, but she never knew that she was igniting a trauma I'm carrying in my home. I came from Idato South, and I want you guys to go and search. Idato South and North, we are known for business. We are not known for going to office and going to work and coming back home. So those of us that try to go to school, we are seen as people who are already planned to be poor in life. And so when I met this girl told me, you are not my class, you are not blah, 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 blah. And what was she doing, my sister? She was importing something from Dubai. She will import something from Dubai. She will sell it. She will import shoes. She will sell it. She will import a wristwatch. She will sell it. And for her, she thought she was multiplying money. But eventually, when I moved on with my life, and I got myself a master's, I got myself a PhD, I got myself a job, I saw myself in the United States. And one of the days she came to my box. Brother Cosmas, I'm happy for you and your family. You won't believe that me and my husband, we have been quarreling over this idea of traveling abroad. He doesn't want to travel abroad with me. I said, Auntie, if your husband doesn't want to travel abroad with you, stay in Nigeria with him and be peaceful and be happy together. Does he not have money? She said, oh, where he go? Is he not doing business? Oh, they make business. Is the business not doing well? He's doing well. So why do you want to travel abroad? If you travel abroad, the business will not be there abroad, though. I said, this thing got me angry because I know 20 years ago, he told me to get away. Why are you coming back to come and talk to me about what your husband is doing and what your husband is not doing? Hey, Ashigapo. So the point I'm trying to make is this. You can be interested in being a professor and still marry the man that is selling cement in Onitsha main market. In fact, he can make so much millions that he will be the one to sponsor you to becoming that professor you want to be.
True.
So your pace is important, but do not confuse your pace to meaning that everybody have to do the same thing that you are doing. Marriage is about two different persons coming together to form a new home. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Because I'm so sorry we might spill over the time allotted for this seminar. Please, we have these questions look like they need to be addressed. We have 3 more questions, so please bear with us. I have someone who wants to volunteer their opinion, Mr. Daniel. Okay, please, you have the floor. You can go ahead and speak. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, the organizers of this seminar. I'm so glad to be part of it this morning from here. And my papa, I celebrate you, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Someone raised a question, says when your spouse is moving in another direction. That question really struck hard with me. When I met my wife, Esther, I quickly noticed she's a career-driven person. Yeah. So, and when I met her, I quickly designed my own lifestyle the way I know we can work together. Because one thing about marriage people fail to understand is they focus more on the love, emotional attractions, and they give less attention to the reality check. And when the reality check starts manifesting, they try to use emotions to solve the problem. So the first thing I did was that, okay, if my wife is a career-driven person, how can I be of help to her? So I discovered the part of being a partner, a supporter, and someone that she will look up to, that, man, my husband is strongly behind me. So I draw out a balance for us to live a peaceful home and get married, understand ourselves better. Though I met her when she's even in Russia, so started planning, restructuring. We focus more on the reality check, and I know if I'm able to get married to her, the best thing to do is to love her and support her. So most people get it wrong when they try to get or find a partner that is a career driven. Is a turn off to them, but they don't really know that if you're able to master your personality and know the place you can be of help to your partner, it helps you build a successful home. So for anyone that is getting married to a career-driven person, it shouldn't be an issue. It's just for you to understand yourself, understand your partner. You guys can come together and discuss it. Having a good conversation help both parties understand themselves better and know how to plan on how to make their marriage work. So that's my own contribution to this.
Thank you very much. Oof, that's a very wonderful perspective. Sister Esther, well done. Congratulations. I think it is it's not easy to have a partner who supports you. Sometimes you hear people who tell you that. At least I heard that so many times in my life. Who tell you that, sister, you never marry you. This one, you are ambitious, you're doing PhD now. How many people want to marry PhD holder? That kind of thing. People tell you these things, and if you really don't have if you really don't have a direction in life, or you don't know yourself, you'd give up on your dreams, and you'd succumb to somebody who doesn't even care that you really genuinely feel you fulfilled when you do that thing you want to do with your life. So I think it's nice that you have a partner that is able to also align with your goals, and you can align with also. That's very wonderful. So we have 3 more questions. Thank you very much for sharing your perspective with us, Mr. Daniel. Thank you very much for joining the call also. This person right now is dating or engaged, one of them, and it's long. Okay, says whenever my partner and I have a disagreement, I want to talk it out immediately, but they shut down and need space for some hours or even days. It makes me feel anxious and unheard. When we finally do talk, the moment has already passed, and nothing actually gets resolved. How do we uh, how do we bridge the gap between someone who needs to talk and someone who needs to hide? I hope I got this right. Bridge. Yes. Did that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
Okay. So,
So, sometimes when we are typing, some of the things we want to say actually reflect in what we are typing. As you are reading the thing, I underline the word immediately. That is the red flag. Now, I'm assuming that the person that wrote this is a female, and I want to give the person an expo how we men feel when you hear the word immediately. When we hear the word immediately, we are hearing another king trying to challenge my kingdom.
Mm.
When we men here, I'm giving you expo now. I'm telling you how we men. I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't have any relationship book. I'm talking to you how I feel when somebody tell me, let us discuss this thing now. We need to resolve this thing now. We need to talk about it now. If we don't talk about it now, it is not going to work now. Then tomorrow, when I'm ready to talk about it, you say, uh, whatever, it's gone. It's past tense. I'm no longer in the mood to discuss. No. Number one, the Bible says that when you are angry, be careful what comes out of your mouth. So why do you want to discuss something immediately at the point of anger? Discussions immediately at the point of anger can never give you the results you are looking for. In fact, it's going to multiply the quarrel, and it's going to end up in everybody holding on to their ego. I must win. Mr. Fellow debater and my fellow timekeeper, I'm here to move the motion that says that I must win. That is the kind of spirit you are trying to build. So what do? Number one, if you have a disagreement, it means you are human beings. It means you are intelligent beings that can reason in different directions. Therefore, you must never discuss heated topics when you are angry. You must allow for the mood to settle. Remember that while you as a woman try to follow the logic of emotion, the men are wired by God to follow logic without emotion. Pros and cons, cause and effect. That is a way of a man. Now, that does not mean a man is superior to a woman. Don't get me wrong. That is just nature. And the earlier we appreciate nature, the better for everyone. One person operates from the point of emotion. The other person operates from the point of cause and effect. Give and take. My wife will tell you. She will tell you, if you ask her, she will tell you. When she say, oh, love, I want to do this program. I say, okay, if I put $10 in this program you want to go and do, how many dollars will I get back? Okay. And sometimes she doesn't have an answer. I say, okay, don't worry. I will get back to you maybe 2 days time. Do you know what I normally do in those 2 days? I go to the internet. How much will it cost me to have a PhD in public health? How many years of work will I work to recover the money back? I will start calculating. I will draw the trajectory. I'll tell my wife, okay, you see what? This is your PhD that you want to do. It's going to cost us $20,000. And if you get a job in Department of Homeland Security and working as a public health awareness officer, they pay $100,000 in a month, in a year, and in 3 years' time, all the money I've used to sponsor you to do PhD in public health would have come back. Okay, approved. And she'll be like, so you are not even considering my own reason for doing PhD. You are calculating how your money will come back. I say, yes. It's return on investment, ROI. So what am I trying to say? Auntie, when you are hungry and your boyfriend is angry, if it is possible on your part, let the discussion happen another time. And when it is happening another time, do not say it has gone. It has not gone. Even if you discuss a problem that happened today in December this year, it has not gone. It's an opportunity to still discuss it. Still go ahead and discuss it. God can still use that discussion to give you a solution. But if you say, because you didn't discuss it at the proper time, I am no longer interested in discussion, I think something is not adding well properly. Thank you.
Okay. That's something to think about, actually. Okay. The next person is dating dating or engaged. Ha. Just hold on, please, a minute. There's some typos. Okay. Okay, so it says, my partner and I are great when it's just us, but our families have very different values and expectations. It feels like every holiday or big decision becomes a tug of war between what we want and what they expect. I'm worried that if we do eventually get married, I am marrying their whole family's drama too. How do you set firm boundaries with family without causing a permanent rift?
Interesting.
Yeah, so if we got the question, anybody can jump on it. Just let me know. Let's have your perspective, or let's help this person with an answer.
I
Family wahala.
believe the man is to be in charge. First of all, this issue is a looming red flag. Because when the marriage eventually happens, you have to continuously contend with the family. Now, the man is the one to decide what happens. Remember, he's getting married. To what extent will he continue to allow family interference over his own family that he's about to begin? So if he cannot separate that, I tell you, it's a red flag. The marriage shouldn't be in the first place. Because the question I ask is, who is marrying who? It is not the place of the lady to start setting boundary. Boundary for who? The family you are yet to get married into. It's important to know your boundary as a lady. If both of you can agree and discuss this interference to this extent, I don't allow it. What is his stake? If it's okay by his family interference and you are not okay, the marriage should end.
Okay. Dr. Cosmos, please.
Yes, I also want to say something. And what I want to say is that I'm happy for the person that asked this question. It means the person is doing the right dating. Because the right dating means the person is saying things. Because sometimes when we are dating, we are not seeing anything, we are blind. So if you are the owner of this question, I want to congratulate you for saying things. And then the next step you do is this. One, do not set boundaries. It's not your responsibility to set boundaries. Because you are not yet part of the family, just like Madam Love said. And let me tell you something as a woman, if you want to have a successful marriage, marry the man and his entire family. Don't tell me, oh, I'm marrying only him. Don't marry only the man. Marry the man, marry the man's brother, marry the man's sister, marry the man's father, mother, everybody in that house. The marriage will be so smooth and sweet for you. So, if there is continuous interference, high expectation, just like you have said, I wrote it down. Big in your big decision and holiday, it is not you that are going to do it. The man is going to do it. So you have to have a deep conversation with the man. And then you also have to be clear with your definition of interference. What do you define as interference? It's possible that the man does not see that definition from his own perspective, from his own lens. So tell him what you define as interference. So that let him know about it and decide whether he also wants to marry you. Let me tell you something. One mommy is not ready to sacrifice his mommy because of his wife.
True.
So if you are going to marry one mommy, and one mommy says no, he's not marrying you, he will still have another woman that will marry him. So your own is to leave space so that his real wife can come into his life. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Not to waste our time, let me just go to the last question. I think I was able to rephrase this. So says the person is dating or engaged. So somewhere there. Says so the thing is I've been talking to someone for some months now. We do everything that a regular couple does. But whenever I bring up the talk or ask where this is going, they say they are not ready for a label or that they want to see where things go naturally. What does this even mean? I don't want to give an ultimatum, but I also don't want to waste my time. What do I do? How do I know when? Hmm, I'm not sure what this means. How do I know when giving it time has turned into being a placeholder?
This is deep. Dr. Costas, please help us.
Lifting yellow label. Lifting yellow label. Auntie, please leave.
Run for your life.
Please leave. I don't even want to talk too much. Please leave. Let me tell you something. For every woman I have gone close to with the intention of marriage, I let them know. And somebody say, "Oh, pray about it." I say, even before I pray about it, whether it is the will of God or not, if I coming closer to you because I want to marry you, I'll let you know. Now, number one, I have more female friends than I have male friends. So when you are a female and you're my friend, and I want to promote you to the level of being my wife in the future, immediately I let you know, because I don't want to be making you to be assuming what does not exist. And so a man that want to marry you should be able to let you know. Now, it is not the same thing as proposal. So that is the problem women also have. The guy says, yes, this thing is leading us to marriage. Does not mean he has proposed to you for marriage. However, he has given you the clarity. I want to be your friend because I'm thinking about getting married to you. If you and I can work out. Now, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it doesn't work out. We can peacefully separate and say remain friends. It doesn't mean that my ex must catch fire. My ex must not catch fire. But the problem is that some men are afraid of telling you it may lead us to marriage, because some women also catch them. I don't know if you know this lady on Facebook, Tolu, snap it, catch them. That's one popular person on social media. They call it Tolu, catch it, chakram. That is, you snap it, you snap it. He told you, maybe this thing will can lead us to marriage. Hey, you snap it. He has proposed to me. He told me he's my man. So tomorrow when you see him talking to another girl, he says he's cheating on you. It's not cheating on you. Both of you are not couple yet. So sometimes some men are afraid of finding themselves in a situation where ordinary friends with you already told them that every girl coming their way should give way. So some of them that want to play game, they will now decide to open everything. They meet with you on Monday, they meet with another girl on Tuesday, another girl on Wednesday, another girl on Thursday, because they don't know who they are eventually going to propose to. If you know that you are already doing everything as a couple, according to your question, it means you're already doing the wrong thing. Why should you be doing everything as a couple to a man that is not even aware he's dating you for a marriage? You shouldn't be doing everything as a couple when a man have not told you, I'm going to marry you. You shouldn't be doing everything as a couple even when a man have told you, I will marry you, because the marriage is not a bond. The promise is not a bond. It's not a must that he must marry you. What if he said, I'm going to marry you, and you are doing everything as a couple, an ordinary blood group separate both of you? Blood type, genotype, phenotype. What if he promise you, and the ordinary, even meeting your family members, and your family members say, no, you will not marry him. And his own family members say, no, you won't marry her, but both of you love each other. Are you going to marry yourself in the moon? The answer is no. So what I'm saying is this. If a man is with you and is telling you, let's not give it a label, auntie, carry your yellow label Lipton tea and run, don't look back.
Yeah.
Because everything you do with somebody have a label. It's either you are a friend, or you are dating, or you are intending to get married in the future, or you are a friend with benefits, or you are he's a Solomon that assists you in doing assignment in the school only. There is always a label. There's always a label to everything. And any man that is around you that does not want to put a label, please leave that man alone.
Okay. I think this has been a very, very, very deep session. All these questions, and it just it just really makes you really realize what is really happening in people's lives, and like their reality is just okay. If you have any other questions, please feel free to drop them now. And while we slowly wrap up today's session, because we're coming to the end of today's session, I want to really, really appreciate everyone who sent in their questions and helped us to have a very, very wonderful conversation today. I want to appreciate the panelists, everyone who has joined the call today. Don't leave yet. We still have a few more things to do. And just to make sure you're not feeling sleepy, we have one last, not last actually, one more engagement. This is for the panelists actually. So if you don't mind unmuting yourselves, this is a rapid fire. So you have to finish the sentence. The first thing that comes to mind, you say it after you see this, after you see the statements. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. So, for example, the best way to say I'm sorry is
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
okay. Not buying flowers, not buying cake. Okay,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
sorry,
Jesus,
my
I'm
Lord.
sorry.
All right. Okay. Next one, rapid fire. If they that without trust is like
Sinking ship.
sinking ship.
It's like it has without a
Because
foundation.
It's tsunami.
Yeah, that's a serious problem. Okay. Next, being single is the best time to
Discover
grow,
yourself.
yes,
Build yourself.
discovery.
hmm, self-discovery, build yourself, growth. I like all that. Okay. Next, the one thing that keeps us together after all these years
Prayer.
is
Prayer.
Friendship
prayer.
and prayer.
Communication.
Communication. Okay. So that's everything for the rapid fire. And we've come to the last part of today's session. So we have a time for awards and shout outs. If allow me to hand over the microphone to our president uh, who is going to be helping us read out the shout outs from everyone who has sent message to their loved ones and everything. And um, yes, then we'd have some awards. But before then, so we have some time. We're going to be giving awards to 4 categories. The first person on the call today, the first PCDF sister on the phone call today. That's what I mean. The first person to type bingo, be it a panelist or a PCDF sister, the first person to type bingo. This is the most number of bingos today. So please, before we get to that point, help me to count who has the highest number of bingos, just in case I get it twisted. Yes, so and okay, yes. So Sister Jennifer, please help us with shout outs. Thank you.
Okay. So beautiful to see every one of us today. Thank you so much to our panelists for doing such a great justice to this topic. So, we had put out a form for sisters to maybe send in Valentine shout outs to their vows, or maybe an appreciation shout out, and I'll be reading it out. So far, I have 10 responses, and I'll be reading it out in the order they came in. The first one: Hi, daughters. You all are my special vow. Knowing that I have 39 of you in my life leaves me with a sense of fulfillment and joy all the time. I have watched you all grow and keep growing into major key players of your fields and careers. On a day like this, I want to reassure you all of my love, support, and leadership as a father. To you all, my vows. Okay, there is no name, but I'm sure it's very obvious who sent it. We know. Thank you so much, Papa. Okay. Hey, Sister Onyinye Dibia. I know we just connected, but this little time I have come to know that you are a very dedicated person, hardworking, and a true firewoman. I wish you nothing but success in all your endeavors. And please try to create time to get enough rest. I hope to connect more with you, my vow. Happy Valentine's Day. With love from Desi. Aww. Okay, let's go to the next one. Dear Judith. Somebody is blushing already. It says, Dear Judith, I want to specially appreciate you for the phenomenal work you've been doing as our PCDF seminar coordinator. Your organization, consistency, and attention to details has not gone unnoticed. Coordinating different schedules, managing expectations, and keeping everything running smoothly is no small task. Yet you've handled it with grace and excellence. Thank you for your leadership, your expertise, and the efforts you put in behind the scenes to make our seminars successful. Your dedication truly makes a difference, and PCDF is better because of you. Somebody is blushing. Okay, we go to the next message. Dear Professor Cosmos, I just want to take a moment to sincerely thank you for the positive influence you've been in my life. Your guidance, wisdom, and steady encouragement have shaped me in more ways than I can fully express. You don't just give advice, you model integrity, excellence, and courage. Watching how you navigate challenges and opportunities has taught me lessons I will carry for a long time. Thank you for believing in me, for stretching me, and for reminding me of what I am capable of. Sometimes before I could see it myself. Your investment in my growth truly means more than you know. I am deeply grateful for your mentorship and the example you continue to set. Okay, this came in as anonymous, but I'm sure that is exactly the kind of message every daughter here would be sending across to
1
Papa.
million. Oh.
We can't see your face, but I know you are blushing. Okay, another message to my Val, Sister Okoyerita. I want to say I wish you all the best in this season of love, and above all, God's provision and his guidance upon you and that of your loved ones. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay, come to another message. Sister Esther, Sister Ifoma, Sister Idora, and Sister Stella Maris. Of a truth, I have really found a sister in you all, and I pray that God in his infinite mercy will meet you all at the point of your needs. In Jesus' name, amen. And to all my PCDF family, I love you all, and I wish you all the very best in this season of love and beyond. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. Shout out to Papa for giving me PCDF, where I met my friends who later turned to my sisters. God bless you, sir. My appreciation goes to my loving, caring, and darling sister by name Kati Igodo. She has been a wonderful friend and big sister to me, both in good times and in bad. She doesn't joke with me, and I don't either, starting from my year one in Futo till date.
Wow.
She has supported me so dearly in many ways, both in advice and financially. When I lost my mom and kid sister, she stood so strong with me and played her sisterly role very well. She has been part of the blessings God gave to me, and I do really appreciate her from the innermost part of my heart. And I pray that God will continue to bless the works of her hands in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
That's not the end of the message. My appreciation also goes to Sister Chidera Okaka. Wow, she is really a friend turned sister indeed. Her words of encouragement is second to none. Her prayers has kept me going too. And I pray that God will bless her for me and give her reasons to smile. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the next message. Big shout out to all our amazing ESCOs of PCDF. Jennifer, Idora, Judith, Grace, Cynthia, Linda, Mabel, Mariola, and Success. Thank you for your leadership, your sacrifices, your time, and the many things you do behind the scenes that most people may never see. Your dedication, coordination are the backbone of PCDF. You lead with vision, you serve with heart, you show up consistently. PCDF thrives because you care. On this Valentine's Day, I am sending appreciation, gratitude, and big love your way. Thank you for all you do. It truly matters. Thank you so much, sister. On behalf of all the ESCOs, I can see them blushing. Okay. Dear Nkechi, we just connected today, but I could already feel your grace. You are a breath of fresh air. I hope you have an amazing Valentine's Day celebration with your family. All the best from Chisum. Okay, we come to the next message. To my Val, Stella Maris, may this season fill you with so much love that there will be no room for sadness or negativity. May you experience the God kind of love all the days of your life. Happy Valentine's Day. To Sister Judith Njoko, you are truly incredible. See blushing. I have enjoyed your tenure as the seminar coordinator, and the excellence you put in your work is admirable. I love how techy and modern you are when you handle events. It's something I want to be able to do effortlessly too. Thank you for being super detailed and committed. I wanted to let you know that you are special and I celebrate you. Happy Valentine's Day, sis. Okay. Happy Valentine's Day, Grace. Today, I just want to say how much I appreciate you. Your presence in PCDF truly makes a difference. The way you contribute and support others with such grace. In brackets, your name fits you perfectly. It does not go unnoticed. Your consistency and positive energy has blessed PCDF more than you know. Keep shining, keep showing up, keep being you. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, now the last message we have here. My shout out goes to Sister Goodness, Sister Judith Njoko, and Sister Jennifer Onyebuchi, who made it a point of duty to always check up on me at the lowest point in my life. Thank you so much, sisters. I truly appreciate your show of love and care. And to Papa, thank you so much for the access and for creating this platform of sisterhood. And that is the last message we have here. I just wanted to say thank you very much to everybody that sent in messages. It's not every day that you see people giving others their flowers while they are alive, right? And it's amazing to see that the little things people do for us does not go unnoticed. So thank you to everyone who sent in a message, and Happy Valentine's Day to all of us.
Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's season. Thank you very much, Sister Jennifer, for helping us with that. Ooh, some onions. Okay, so we are trying to wrap up, I have one last quiz. So this is just to check our attendance in today's session. Okay. Just a minute. So this is basically about what happened in the chat session, what happened today from the panelists, all our conversations. I want to see who were those who were actually participating in today's session. But I'm having a little bit of a hard time sharing this quiz. Just give 1 minute. Okay. So you should see a quiz right now. So some questions you see, which answer had the majority vote, or from this seminar we agree is the right answer. And yeah, the rest you can infer from the question. So please, let's all participate in this quiz session. Can we all see the quiz? Okay, I'm seeing some participation. Okay. I'm going to end this quiz in 2 minutes. So you can have the award and take a group photograph. I want to type more bingos. Sorry, you can't type more bingos. Okay, ending the quiz in 30 seconds. We have 7 participants. Hmm. Nine seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Someone just joined. Okay, ending now. All right, so thank you very much for participating. We're going to take a group photo first because Papa has to step out. So please, if you don't mind turning on your cameras, let's take a group photograph. That would be very nice. Oh, Catherine did not see the quiz. Oh, sorry. So let's take. See me, I wrote my red though. The spirit of Valentine. If you check your
You did
face
not
very
give
well
us
though.
the, not give us the scopes now. Would have wondered.
Wait, let me put Mary Kay.
Okay, so I'm taking the first shots. Oh, a rose! I have a rose somewhere. Oh. Okay, taking in 3, 2, 1. Cheese. Okay, another one.
Korean style. Hot.
Just okay. 3, 2, 1. Cheese. Okay. Oh, I don't see Papa now. All right, thank you very much. So we'll just try to wrap up in the next 2 minutes. So please, can you guys help me? Who had the highest number of bingos? I was trying to count, and it might be a tie.
Bingo, if you remove me, highest bingo is Cynthia and Uba. They had a tie. But if you put my name in the competition, I'm the winner.
Yeah, anybody can be a winner here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to verify. Okay, so we actually have our first award that goes to the first person who typed bingo. Please, you're going to receive a voucher. You can feel free to give this to anybody. Give it to your vow. You can take it for yourself. Anything you want to do with it. So, from my record, the first person to type bingo was Dr. Love, our panelist.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you for being active in participating in today's session. Thank you for also volunteering your time to be with us today. Feel free to use this for anything, to give somebody or keep it for yourself. Okay.
Thank
Um,
you very much.
the next person, the next one goes to the first person on the phone call today. Does anybody know who was on the phone who was the first on the phone call today? Besides me, of course. Also, Dr. Love was the first person on the call today.
What's
You're the
going
first person
on?
on the phone call today. So congratulations and thank you for being punctual to today's session. Thank you very much. The next voucher goes to the most number of bingos. Dr. Cosmos, thank you very much for participating. Thank you very much for helping us to make everywhere very lively. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Our last voucher supposed to come from the quiz, but I'm not sure how we're going to do this one because there are plenty winners. So
Sometimes if you set your system, you can also differentiate winners by the time of submission.
yeah, that's one thing that Zoom doesn't give you. That's why I really like
Yeah.
the other one, Kahoot, which lets you know
Yeah.
who sent in their
Who set first?
questions
Yeah.
quickly. Well,
But it's okay.
so we have 9 winners.
Okay, so
So
PCDF is a winner.
yeah, this voucher is going to go to PCDF for
PCDF won.
our what's it called, our outreach.
Yes. Yes,
Because
that's good.
I'm unable to decide who
That's
is going to
beautiful.
take this. Yeah, so
That's
thank you very much also to everyone. Thank you to our panelists. Thank you for participating. I want to give the floor to Dr. Cosmos if you have a few words for us. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much, Judith. I don't want to take more of our time. I just want to appreciate you and appreciate the 2025-2026 executives of the PCDF for a beautiful 1 year back-to-back. And for our guests, PCDF is actually a group where the tenure starts in March and ends in February. So today, in the next 7 days, this current executive, the tenure is coming to an end because on the 1st of March, a new tenure is starting. And you could agree with me that for a tenure that is about to end in 7 days, these guys are not tired of programs, they're not tired of events. They started from the first day and they are working and working and working to the last minute of their tenure. If Nigeria is operating like this, I don't know where Nigeria will be by this time. If Nigerian leaders and Nigerian people who are ruling the country are working like the way these people who have led us in the last 1 year are working, Nigeria will be a great country. I also want to thank everyone that came to this event, especially those who are not members of the PCDF. You are the real heroes and you are the reason why we are glad to be in this program. I want to especially thank an important spouse that came to this event, Daniel. Why I'm thanking him is that we have always said it in PCDF that even though PCDF is a group targeted at the female gender, we appreciate it whenever we see our spouses attending our event. It shows that we have spouses that believed in our being a member of this group and are supportive of our being in this group. So anytime I come here and I see somebody's husband coming to this event. I'm always very, very happy. So I want to thank you, Mr. Daniel, for being in this event. And I want to thank all those who attended. I saw Cynthia from Canada. I saw different persons. I don't want to fall into the temptation of mentioning names and leaving somebody's name. To you all that came to this event, thank you so much. And to all our planners and those that made this event a reality, thank you so much. May God bless us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is where we draw the curtain. Thank you all for joining today's session. Thank you. Thank you to our panelists. Thank you to PCDF members. Thank you to those who have stayed awake in Korea up to this time. Thank you. And it's almost 2 hours, 30 minutes already. Thank you very much. If anyone who wants to say anything, final words, because we feel like crying, please feel free to take the mic and say something before we end the call. Thank you to everyone. Happy Valentine to you all. Even though it's the
I want to
21st,
thank
yes, it's still Valentine's
everyone.
season. Oh, okay.
I want to thank you for having me on this program tonight. I must say it's a great honor and privilege to be amongst you, to share in these discussions. I love you all.
Oh, love you too. Thank
Love
you
you
so
too.
much.
Hi. Can I say something, please?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, I want to say a big thank you to you all for this wonderful program you put together. I've picked one or two things today. And a very big shout out to my mom, Sister Love, as you all call her. She's my mom. So I want to say a big thank you for inviting me because I didn't know about this until she sent me the invite. And in fact, she even woke me up this morning and said, the program has started, please join. Thank you so much,
Wow.
Mommy. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And God bless you all.
Nice to have you here.
Oh,
Thank you for
thank you.
being here.
Sorry, Anita. I was mistaking Anita for somebody else. I didn't notice that she was a guest. Thank you for coming, please.
Thank you,
I
sir.
mistook you for another Anita in my head.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, just before we round up, I wanted to officially use this opportunity because I don't think we're going to be having any other gathering until at least we officially hand over as executives. I just wanted to say thank you so much to every sister of PCDF. You know, when I wanted to take up the leadership of PCDF, somebody asked me, are you sure leading women is the hardest thing you can do in this life? But then leading PCDF has proven that wrong. You all have been amazing. There has not been a time I reached out to any sister to please step in one capacity or the other that you didn't step up to that challenge. So I know I still have probably a few more days to go, but officially I wanted to say thank you so much to every one of you who has supported this leadership from the day we took over 1st of March up to the very last day. Thank you so much, sisters. It's been amazing and it's been a privilege leading you all. And just like the Igbos say, I pray that the road ahead of us goes well for us, for each and every one of us. So thank you so much, sisters.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a wonderful journey. Thank you. Thank you also to all the guests. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, this is the end of today's seminar. You can leave or you can enjoy the music. Whichever one is, whichever one you want to do. See you all. Bye.
Okay.
There's a spark in the dark where you belong.
Bye.
You're the
Bye.
behind every love song. In your arms is a place I call my home. With you, I'm never stumbling alone. With you always in my heart, you stay. Through every day. Like a sunrise painted sky so blue, I'll always find my way to you. Your laughter is like a melody so sweet. Yes, we share whenever it's me. Even miles apart, you're still my guide. With you, love outruns the world's tide. With you, stay. Like a sun, I is pain. Sky so blue, it's fine. My way to when the stars fall, I still see the light.